My name is Olivia. Welcome to the Environmental Activism channel. Today we're going to be talking about water in our 4-part series on water, plants and land, bugs and animals, and air. We're going to learn about alternative energy sources today and how water can be used as a green energy source. We're going to learn what a turbine is, what a water wheel is, what does a dam do. We're going to learn all these things and connect the themes of energy to our own bodies. How do we produce energy? And then where does it go? We're going to learn how to conserve our water and what we can do our part to help the earth. Then we're going to make our very own friendship bracelets. Water is one of Earth's natural resources, and the power it generates is one of the strongest forces of nature. Humans harness this energy by using water wheels. When a river flows, it can turn a wheel. The wheel can turn a generator, which produces electricity. Have you ever used a crank flashlight where you have to turn the wheel to make the power? It works just like that. A dam is a man-made wall that blocks the flow of a river, and the water that pools behind it is called the reservoir. When the dam opens a hole and allows some of the water from the reservoir to flow through, it creates a lot of power. This power can turn a turbine. Turbines can also be located underwater in a river, and the current pushes the wheel. These all are forms that water can create electricity for us. All that water can make a lot of energy, from turning the wheels inside the dams that power the generators. You can see this in the picture. The water from the reservoir flows into the dam and moves the turbine, which is a wheel that is moved by water to make electricity. This is turning the generator, which makes the power. The generator is connected to power lines, which move the energy produced out to all the people who need it. Let's take a closer look at one of my favorite waterfalls. Can you guess which one it is? It's Niagara Falls. It's a giant waterfall located on the border of New York and Canada. It's located in a state park. Now, a state park is one of the tools the government can use to protect our natural resources. There's so much water falling over the edge of Niagara every second. There's about 3,000 tons falling over. That was about 6,000 right there. Now, can you guess how many gallons of water is in 3,000 tons? It's 757,000 gallons. If an average bathtub only fills up for about 30 gallons, how many bathtubs do you think that is? It's 25,000 bathtubs falling over the edge of Niagara every second. One hippo weighs 1 ton. So that's about 3,000 hippos sitting on top of each other. That's how much force is produced by the water. Did you know that there's different types of energy? Energy coming from a moving object is called kinetic energy. So the energy made from a turbine moving is kinetic. But did you also know that an object not moving has energy? This is called potential energy. The object has potential to move, but it hasn't done so yet. So the energy stored inside is called potential energy. Like this mug. It has the potential to move when I drop it, but I haven't dropped it yet. So right now it has potential energy. As soon as I drop it, it has kinetic energy. All this talk about energy is making me hungry. Well, how does my body get energy? I don't have a turbine in my belly. And neither do you. Our bodies make energy from the food we eat. So if I eat a banana, my body turns it into energy for me to use. And we're expelling energy all the time. If we're sitting or jumping or running or even sleeping. Can you come up with 3 more activities that burn energy? Good job. Our body is always using energy because it's always pumping blood, it's always repairing our cells or growing new ones, and digesting food even takes energy. So just like a turbine powers our houses and the energy to turn on our lights, our stomachs power our bodies and give us all the energy we need to function. So this is important to think about because, as we talked about in our first video on the water cycle, the Earth is a closed system. So we have a set amount of water. That means we only have so much water and we can't get more. Can you think of something else you have a set amount of? I have a set amount of rooms in my house. So after I fill up all the rooms, I don't get any more. So this applies to water because we use water for a lot of things, as we've learned. We need it for ourselves to drink, we need it to grow our food, and we need it to power our electricity. So we need to learn how to conserve our water because we need it for so many different purposes. All the plants and animals we eat take water, and the animals take a lot of water because they need to eat first before we consume them. For example, a cow takes 441 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of beef. That's enough for one night of a cookout. That's so much water. It's about 15 bathtubs worth of water. Can you imagine that? A cow eats 30 pounds of food every day. How many humans do you think 30 pounds of food can feed? Do you think it's 3, 5, or 8? It's 8 whole people. So think about how much food and water we can conserve by eating more plants and less meat. Well, how can you put this into practice? You can try doing meatless Mondays with your family, or substituting your next lunch sandwich for peanut butter and jelly instead of lunch meat. Can you think of another substitution? I can. What about having beans in your next taco instead of red meat? Try to come up with 3 more substitutions for conservation this week that you can do with a friend and see who can complete them first. Good luck! For our friendship bracelets, you're going to need string. You can use plain regular string or colored string if you want. I'm going to use blue to look like the waves of the ocean. I'm going to use a marker to write an environmental awareness on my bracelet, and then when I pass it out to my friends, they'll know what it's for. And scissors to cut the rope. I'm going to start by measuring out 4 pieces of string, and to know how long they are, you can take your string and make it the length of 1 arm. Cut 4 pieces and then tie them in a knot. I have my 4 pieces measured out to the length of both of my arms, and I'm going to tie this in a knot so that it has a loop at the end. The loop you can use to tie around something to keep your string steady while you create your bracelet. You're going to separate all 4 strands. Starting with the leftmost strand, we're going to call this string number 1. You're going to hold string number 2 in your right hand and string number 1 in your left hand. You're going to make the number 4. But backwards. So you're going to cross the first string over top and then grab it from underneath. And it creates a knot. Pull the knot all the way to the top. Still holding the strings, move number 2 over to where number 1 was. Now pick up number 3 with your right hand. Do the same thing. Make a backwards 4 across your string and loop it through. Pull tight to the top. Scoot this string over. Pick up the last string, make your 4, pull the string through and up to the top. Now your string number 1 has moved all the way to the other side. You're going to repeat the process starting with your new string on the left.